feels like we're still 14-year-old boys, just like playing football for a living.
I feel like I'm young. I feel like I'm the young guy. And then I start talking to the guys about music that I listened to growing up. And they're like, yeah, I heard that in elementary school. And I'm like, dude, I'm not that old yet, am I?
Just wait. It only gets worse as you get older. And I'm like, man, you were how old? You weren't even born yet.
That's wild.
But then it kind of becomes a different challenge, you know, because you develop different ways. And I always think of being your best as 3 different things: physical, mental, and emotional. And like physically, you're probably your best as you're a young athlete. Then mentally, the more you understand the game, you're best as an older player. The emotional part to me was always the challenge. You know, as you get older, because you're dealing with life and you have kids and you have family and you have demands and you have this profile about your life that becomes challenging.
It is different now when you have family and stuff like that. When you go home, I get to be myself with my family, and then when I'm on the football field, I get to be who I really am. And it's kind of an escape to take me back to that childhood dream of playing football at recess with all my buddies.
So this is something that we do have in common. And at one point, we were both underdogs, and your team was an underdog. But now, going for your 4th Super Bowl, there's a lot of people rooting against you. And I had that experience where we were like, every year I was like, man, why are they all hating on us all the time? Like, I'm just trying to do my job, and if we win, great.
And so I think that experience and that confidence is the edge that we kind of have in some of these big games, because we don't have to play guys like you anymore.
You did fine against me, trust me. I maybe got you a couple of times, but you got me plenty. And I was always on the side like, oh, damn, I wish I could throw the ball like that.
Yeah,
just seeing you drop that ball down and spin that ball out there.
Well, you're like one of the only guys where it's like, man, you get the football. I'm like, I got to manage him not getting the football now with any time. So if I'm going to win this game, I have to score with no time left. If I give him any time, he's going to go back down the field as well.
And I felt like the safest place for me to be was on the football field. Then I could really be myself. And I got to be who I really was with all my teammates.
Flugner now to try to send this game further. Did he miss it? He did! Michigan wins in overtime.
Not the way you want this game to end.
What a game it was. And a dramatic finish as Michigan wins its 10th game of the year. Tom Brady, 4 touchdown passes, 3 of them to Terrell as the guy that led the way. Here's the final play in overtime.
A familiar name if you're a college football fan. Tom Brady, the quarterback who all he did was lead this football team, put them in the right position more times than not. And when he got pulled from the game and Drew Henson came in, Michigan football was not as good as it was when Brady was in.
No question, Mike. Smart experience. This past season, he cut his interception total from 98 and a half, tossed 20 touchdown passes, accurate. It was a very catchable ball. He really knows when to take a little off as well. I think that's the key, and he stands in that pocket very tough. He'll take a hit. Question's going to be mobility. Only runs a 5.2, 5.40. Going to New England, Drew Bledsoe, his forte certainly isn't mobility. It's dropping back, throwing the football. Brady can do that, and certainly New England's offense already designed for Bledsoe. Now comes Brady. Can he overcome that lack of mobility?
Michael Bishop's a young quarterback who's in the pipeline in New England. Interesting to see what happens. And you talk about a school producing quarterbacks, you think of Dreisbach, Greasy, Gerbach, Collins, 4 Michigan quarterbacks who are on NFL rosters now. Tom Brady at pick 198 goes to the New England Patriots.
So much has been made about the quarterback controversy. Drew being number one. Where does Bishop fit in? Where do you fit in? Where does Freeze fit in? As a guy who was directly in the center of the storm, what's your perspective on all of this?
I think that perspective, I think I've gained a lot of experience from where I was at Michigan in the sense that my coach only gave me an opportunity to compete every day. And that's the only thing I ever asked for. And that's the only thing that I think's ever been fair. And when you lift yourself in that situation, say, God, I'm out there every day with the New England Patriots fighting to compete for a position. The only thing that I can control is myself. And I can only control my performance. And all that other stuff takes care of itself. If Coach says, Tom, you're going to be our fourth quarterback this week, then I say, you know what, I gave it all I could. And there's nothing more I could have done than to put myself in that position where maybe I thought I should have been higher. And obviously, if you're not a competitor, you don't care where you're at. But if you are a competitor, you do very much care where you're at. But at the same time, you realize that those decisions, I'm not the one making.
Playing backup and holding a clipboard isn't how this California kid imagined his rookie year would turn out. It remains a dream come true.
I tell you, I wouldn't rather be doing anything in the world. And I tell that to myself every day. I say, where would you rather?
Now, ladies and gentlemen, please join together in a moment of silence for the victims of September 11th. Thank you. Been running. Needs 10 yards. Oh, does he hit? Oh, my.
And the ball, they're going to actually, it looks like they're going to rule that a fumble. And oh, look at Drew. Right there, he starts to slow down and then gets caught from behind.
Ellis from behind, and then Mo Lewis charging in with the shoulder from the side. Brady runs it toward the sidelines. Doesn't get out of bounds, however.
Yes, he does.
Yeah, they did say he dives out.
They've got to go down the field. They got to go vertical.
From the 50-yard line, Brady. Complete. And inside the 30, but the clock continues to run. David Patton with the catch. Victor Green the tackle. Distance. Toward the end zone. Oh, and an incomplete.
Oh, I thought David Patton was going to have a chance at that.
I'm not sure this is exactly how you wanted to script your starting performance here at the misfortune of somebody else, but you've got to put that aside, I'm sure, and get ready to play a football game.
Yeah, man. You think about the situation, and I know visiting Drew in the hospital, I mean, he'd love to be out here playing. And it's really my job to step in and pick up where he left off. And that's to be a leader of the offense and to go out there and perform as well as I can, because he set a great example. And I'm going in there to play well. I mean, there's no doubt in my mind that I'm capable of doing that, and while knowing that Drew's going to be there supporting me, just as I supported him.
It's a delicate balance. You come in as a second-year guy. You don't want to make waves. You don't want to appear to be too cocky, but you've got to act cocky and confident in this role that you're being thrust into right now.
Right. I think from day one, I've just approached it the same way, that I'm going to come here, work as hard as I can, and hopefully through that you get the respect of your teammates, that when you are called upon to go in there and perform, they believe in you and they trust in you. And I think there's a lot of guys in that locker room that do.
Play action, Brady going down the middle. 39-yard line after the offsides call. Late fake, well done. Brady setting it up.
What about you? Just some sort of Cinderella season for you, being in this position now, this late in the year.
Yeah, well, in a sense, yeah, it is.
Brady throws. Wide open. Touchdown. Brady looking to throw. Airing it out. Brady. Coming back to the football. David Patton. He could take it the distance. Patton streaks in.
Steps up. Gonna run it. Inside the 5. Touchdown. This is to advance to the AFC Championship game. The Patriots win it 16-13 in overtime.
Here's Brady back. Firing end zone. Touchdown. Patriots made it. Patton made a great catch.
And that's the guy they're going to work on special.
Here's Brady again. Up the middle, caught. And it's Troy Brown, and he gets out of bounds, and they might be in Vinatieri's range. Here comes one of greater importance if he makes it. And it's right down the pipe. Adam Vinatieri. No time on the clock, and the Patriots have won Super Bowl 36. Unbelievable.
You've got 3 Super Bowl rings. You've been voted most valuable player in 2 of those Super Bowls. You're probably the most glamorous player in the NFL. But it hasn't always been like that, right? It hasn't always been easy.
No, I mean, it's never come easy for me. It's never, I don't think my mind allows me to rest ever or for things to come easy because I have, I think, a chip on my shoulder and some deep scars that I don't think will heal because I was always the person who was always trying to and I know everybody has these stories of hardships, but I was always the one that no one ever picked. That was the backup quarterback on a freshman team that didn't win a game. I only played my second year because my best friend, who was the quarterback who started ahead of me, he quit playing. And then finally I get my chance my junior year to play, and we go 6-4. My senior year, we go 5-5, and I'm recruited to go to Michigan. Yeah.
You were the 7th-ranked quarterback there when you came in, right?
Yep.
You thought you might not play.
I thought I might not play. I thought, I didn't know if I'd continue to play football.
So here you are playing in the NFL.
Yeah.
And you keep winning. And you end up in the Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
Have you always been this good and nobody recognized it, or what happened?
It's not like I can point to any one thing that says this is when it happened, or it's not like I was a bad football player in high school. I just wasn't good enough to be mentioned with the bad. It wasn't like I was a bad football player in college. I just wasn't good enough to be mentioned with some of that. And I think I came into a great situation here. I think it's been a great coach, a great owner, and great teammates. And what this team has needed, I feel like I can provide.
There are some people around the league, sports writers, players, coaches, that think you're probably no better than the 4th or 5th best quarterback in the NFL. Where would you rank yourself?
Oh, that's the worst question in the world. That's, I mean, putting a rank on it, I don't care whether they think I'm the best or the 2nd best or the 3rd best. I mean, I got 3 Super Bowl rings. So that speaks, hey, you say whatever you want, but look at these diamonds on these fingers. I mean, that speaks for itself. I mean, that shuts a lot of people up.
Which of the rings do you like the best? What's your favorite ring?
My favorite ring. We always said, I said always the next one. The next one's the best.
Edelman, end zone, touchdown. Now they'll throw. Pass is caught. That's White. Touchdown. Brady. End zone touchdown. Amendola. Here's Edelman broken up, and the pass is no sign yet. Edelman comes down with a football, but saying it's a catch. Handoff. Touchdown, James White. This time for Atlanta. Toss to White. He's in. Patriots win the Super Bowl. Brady has his fifth. What a comeback.
Kansas City Chiefs no longer have a first-round pick in next year's draft. Wow. They just traded it to move up 17 spots, and this may be the time.
With the 10th pick in the 2017 NFL Draft, the Kansas City Chiefs select Patrick Mahomes, the second quarterback.
It is Patrick Mahomes the second, not Deshaun Watson. That was the apple of the Reed Dorsey eye in Kansas City. That's the quarterback of the future that they're putting the eggs in the Mahomes.
Kansas City begins this 25-yard line, and the play clock is all the way down to 1. Smith winds up, goes deep downfield, and getting free is Tyreek Hill to give Kansas City the lead. And Smith, he fires deep, and that's going to be caught on the run by Kareem Hunt. Inside the 20, inside the 10, all the way for a Kansas City touchdown to tie the game.
You didn't dig very deep with that pregame show, and you didn't dig very deep in that game plan. That was embarrassing. And everything that truly matters to you, that has shaped this dynasty, you threw away and disregarded.
Everything Tom Brady's accomplished in the past is irrelevant to how good is Tom Brady right now. And the Tom Brady I saw yesterday played like a 40-year-old quarterback and was coached like a 40-year-old quarterback.
Let me get to the news first here with Alex Smith. When you first heard, what was your reaction? Your quarterback had been traded.
It wasn't even a hear it. It was all on social media. I owe a lot of my success to Alex. It's tough for me to kind of like part ways in a way, I guess, but it's until it's official. I mean, I'm just sitting here waiting for everything to kind of fall into place. But I mean, it was definitely news that I wasn't trying to hear.
He got that chip on his shoulder. And he said, look, I was labeled a bust. And, then you have a Pro Bowl season. You get traded after a Pro Bowl season. They go all in to get Patrick Mahomes. I mean, it had to be a little bit of there's an elephant in the room, and it's Patrick Mahomes on the sidelines this entire season. Was it uncomfortable at all for you guys?
No, I don't think it was uncomfortable at all. I think, if anything, it made me play harder for Alex. Like I said, it hasn't officially happened yet. But, you want to talk about a guy that's been there my entire career. You can't say my name without saying Alex Smith.
Why go all in and move up in the draft to take a quarterback if Alex Smith was putting up these kind of numbers?
That's the business side of it, I guess. That's out of my control.
But what's Mahomes give you that Alex Smith does not?
Brady gets hit. The ball is out. And Philadelphia has it.
New England does win the division, but pulls back significantly. The Patriots win the division, but are not dynamic enough on either the offensive or defensive line to be a number one seed. Kansas City, I had at 9-7. Patrick Mahomes is all over the place against first-team defenses. Don't get me, he's a fireworks show when he's on. I don't know. Efficiency is really important in this league. It really is. And they got a lot of playmakers. And they're going to have amazing highlights. I don't know.
And Spencer Ware in the backfield. Pressure now on Mahomes. He's in trouble. Now gets it away. Are you kidding me? Crossing into the neutral zone early. 21-yard gain. Fake it one way, back the other way.
Brady going deep downfield into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Intended for Dorsett, and Staggers. Three-man rush, 8 covering. Brady floats one, caught, touchdown Edelman.
stepping up. Trying to get away, it does. Throws to the end zone, and it is tipped and intercepted. Mahomes surveys, flushed out again. Chased down the sideline, getting free is Kareem Hunt. And Kareem Hunt is able to get Kansas City right back into the game. Trying to pull it off in Foxborough, 2nd and 10. Mahomes in the end zone, Hill for the touchdown.
Fool me once.
Mahomes, and that one is going to be caught for a touchdown by Tyreek Hill.
He's been such a weapon for Tom Brady down here.
3rd and goal. Brady under pressure. A flag is down in the end zone, and Tom gets into the end zone, pending the call. Mahomes steps up, going deep. That field wide open again is Hill. Inside the 30. Hill down the sideline. Hill all the way. First down, 50 seconds. Brady deep down the sideline. He goes for Gronkowski. He has it. Josh Shaw takes him down, but the ball is inside the 10-yard line.
Brady, he sees Gronk, he sees one-on-one, he sees no help finally, and he takes a shot.
Which he does. What a game. What a game.
For them to take their offense on the road the way that they did, Patrick Mahomes is the real deal. We all know that by now. Tyreek Hill is something special to behold. They can run the football. They can throw the football. They got a quarterback that can do both, obviously, and that matters. Their defense is horrid. We get all of that. But I believe, based on what I saw last night, I don't think the Chiefs are losing more than 2 games this year. That means that the road to the Super Bowl is coming through Arrowhead. And because it's coming through Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City, Missouri, I only see one team being able to go into Kansas City and beat them. And that's the New England Patriots, who I don't have much faith in will be able to do it on the road. So I'm here to tell you today that I believe that Kansas City is going to represent the AFC in Super Bowl 53.
All kinds of time for Brady to go for it. To the end zone, and it's caught for the touchdown. Philip Dorsett.
You can have a great plan, and guess what? That quarterback's someone, there's magic, and they can just make stuff happen.
Here he goes to the end zone, and it's caught by Kelsey for a touchdown. Sets Watkins in motion. Mahomes rolling out. Throws it. Caught for the touchdown. Damian Williams.
Mahomes changed the play. There's a chance they're coming right after him with everyone again.
Coming to the near side to Williams. He's got a whole wide open field. And the Chiefs have taken the lead. Here's the handoff to the end zone. The Sony Michel and the Patriots are back in front. Have a play on the north side of it. Handoff up the middle. And it's Williams with another touchdown.
This ball, Kansas City's got to sell out.
There's a handoff to Burkhead. Burkhead pulls ahead and scores the touchdown. What a drive.
Miss here sends New England, right, Jim?
That's it. Now to tie it. Rutgers kick. It is good. heading back again for the third straight year.
I want to thank Chiefs Kingdom. Your passion and love is unmatched. You're here no matter when and where. This is just the beginning. We have a long ways to go. Thank you.
Yeah, he's been running better. From 42 yards, the kick. It's good.
Peters is on him. Here's the pass. He got away from him, and Edelman slips through a tackle. All the way across the 40. It was Peters who stayed with him. James White.
Back play again. Edelman over the middle.
2nd and 3. Down the field they go. Gronkowski has it at the 2-yard line.
The same play 3 times in a row. Edelman over the middle.
From the 2, 1st and goal. Running it for the touchdown. Sony Michel.
They're taking shots down the field now.
Blitz to the end zone, and it's intercepted at the 3-yard line. Gilmore jumps up and grabs it.
Tom Brady, come on over here. Tracy asked you, would you come back again? And you said yes. And for all of those fans out there, what will motivate you to come back? How will you reset and do it all over again?
Look at this. How could this not motivate you? This is what it's all about. This little girl here.
4th down and 1. Now Mahomes, and that makes him 9 for 10 in that category. On 3rd and 4th and 1, picking up a 1st down. And it sets up 1st and goal. And
well, that's what I was talking about. He's at the bottom of that pile, and there's just a lot of bodies, a lot of people falling on top of you. And
it's like they almost popped that right knee back in place. And he's actually walking now without any first quarter. 2nd and 8. Brady's going to take a shot. And Philip Dorsett with the touchdown catch.
This is the game. Up the middle, the pass to the end zone, knocked down by Breland. Incomplete. Denying Edelman, denying the Patriots. Touchdown on the opening drive. For a moment, he may have been past the line of scrimmage. It's called a touchdown. Brady's pass is intercepted and returned for a touchdown. The Titans take out the defending champions. They won that Super Bowl 50 years ago yesterday, and now they're one game away from going back to the big game.
Early on in this game, we talked about
Mahomes looking to flip, takes it in for the touchdown. And Juszczyk gets a big play off of it. Handoff here, it's Mostert. He is in for the touchdown. Mahomes pass behind and picked. Intercepted by the 49ers. Off the arm of Tyreek Hill and into the arms of Tarvarius Moore. First down, first and goal, pass, open, touchdown. Kelsey, Chiefs are back in it. Mahomes throws, pass, caught, Williams, touchdown. Great coaches for the Chiefs that have not been able to taste this moment. This is picked. Kendall Fuller up to get it.
Jeff, this is breaking and coming in as we speak, but we are being told that Tom Brady, barring anything unforeseen, is expected to be a Tampa Bay Buccaneer. Now, there is no signing plan right now, no press conference plan. A lot of people have been wondering if this would come up on the first day of the league year. What we do know is that Tom Brady is expected to be in Tampa with the Buccaneers. And it looks like that decision will come down at some point this week, whenever it may be. But it has been trending this way throughout the course of the day. The other teams that were in it recognized that they faced long obstacles in getting a deal done with Tom Brady. And so look, right now it is looking like Tom Brady is going to wind up as a Tampa Bay Buccaneer. Wrap your mind around that one, Kevin and Jeff. Tom Brady is a Buccaneer, but it looks like that is what's happening.
I think it elevates Tampa's chances exponentially to at least make the playoffs and potentially have some degree of success in the playoffs. So I do like it for him.
Tampa has an embarrassment of riches in terms of weapons on offense. And this was a very smart and, for me, unexpected move from Brady.
I will not pick them to win the Super Bowl. But right now, if you ask me to pick the best team in the NFC, if Brady is what we think he can be, you cannot make a better choice than Tampa Bay.
I'm glad you brought something up, Greeny, because I have something that I wanted to touch on. I've seen people alluding to this on your shows in various mornings over the last several weeks. I don't want to hear a damn soul talking about how Tom Brady should not have stayed in New England or gone someplace else because you want to avoid Patrick Mahomes or you want to avoid Lamar Jackson or something like that. That is nonsensical to me. It makes no sense. It goes against the very thing that competitive fervor is supposed to represent. I can understand you don't want to go to an inferior team. Like, for example, if some team is moribund and they lose religiously, and you know what, it's a rebuilding or a reclamation project, and you don't want to go there, that's different. But I'm sorry, as an individual, you shouldn't be avoiding individuals when it comes to competition. To beat a man, you got to beat the man. And that's always been my mentality. And so when I hear football players, former football players, showing up, waking us up in the morning, Greeny, talking about, oh my God, we're shaking it up, he can't go against Patrick Mahomes, or he can't go against Lamar Jackson. Why would you want that? As far as I'm concerned, those people should be ashamed of themselves. They know who the hell they are, and that's not something that we should be tolerating. You want to go against the best. Anybody could be the tallest dude in the small man's contest.
Yeah.
All right? You gotta want to go up against the Dons out there if you want to be the Don. That's all I'm trying to say.
Stephen A., that may be well and good, but when Michael Jordan or Roy Jones Jr. was in their prime, leave them alone.
You gotta want it.
Yeah, that usually applies, but leave them alone.
Well, let me ask you a
Patrick
question,
Mahomes
Max.
alone. You don't want it.
Matt, let me ask you. Let me ask you this question, Max.
Yeah.
So let me ask you this. If Michael Jordan was playing and he got hurt and he couldn't play or whatever, you trying to tell me Kobe or some of the greats, God rest his soul, or others should have preferred that? If Roy Jones Jr. is the best in the world, you trying to tell me you should want to be a champion by not fighting and beating him?
In those cases,
at the time? That doesn't make
sometimes
sense
there's a
to me.
talent around that's just different. Yep.
I super strongly disagree, and we don't have time to get into it, Stephen A. I'll just leave you with this, which I say to my kids all the time. Life is hard enough on its own. Don't make it harder than it needs to be. If you can find the path of less or least resistance, find it. If you don't have to go through Lamar Jackson and Patrick Mahomes, don't. The ring will look just as good.
On the 2nd and 8. Had to get rid of it. Look out. It's picked off. Over and over the years. Brady's going for the big ball. He's open. Evans for the touchdown on 4th and 3. announcer jinxes. Here's Brady's pass. It's Gronkowski. Back again.
It's tough to stop again.
Brady play action. Looking. Third option. End zone. Caught. Gronkowski again.
Then you run on the next one, you don't get it.
There's the fake. There's the pass. And there's the catch for the touchdown. Antonio Brown. Fournette. Touchdown. Tampa Bay.
Tom Brady, Super Bowl champion for the 7th time. And Tom, you're also Super Bowl MVP.
Good morning, guys. I'll get to the point right away. I'm retiring for good. I know the process was a pretty big deal last time, so when I woke up this morning, I figured I'd just press record and let you guys know first. So I won't be long-winded. I think you only get one super emotional retirement essay, and I used mine up last year, so really thank you guys so much to every single one of you for supporting me, my family, my friends, my teammates, my competitors. I could go on forever. There's too many. Thank you guys for allowing me to live my absolute dream. I wouldn't change a thing. Love you all.
I would encourage everyone to play football for the simple reason that it is hard. It's hard when you're young to wake up in the off season at 6 a.m. to go train and work out, knowing that all your friends are sleeping in and eating pancakes. It's hard when you're on your way to practice, weighed down with all your gear, and it's 90 degrees out and all the other kids are at the pool or at the beach, and your body is already completely exhausted from workouts in 2-a-days. It's hard to throw, catch, block, and tackle, and hit kids when they're way bigger and way more developed than you, only to go home that night bruised and battered and strained, but knowing you have to show up again the next day for just the chance to try again. But understand this, life is hard. No matter who you are, there are bumps and hits and bruises along the way. And my advice is to prepare yourself, because football lessons teach us that success and achievement come from overcoming adversity, and that team accomplishment far exceeds anyone's individual goals. To be successful at anything, the truth is you don't have to be special. You just have to be what most people aren't. Consistent, determined, and willing to work for it. No shortcuts. If you look at all my teammates here tonight, it would be impossible to find better examples of men who embody that work ethic, integrity, purpose, determination, and discipline that it takes to be a champion in life.